this play, let me do this. All the routine stuff that you're supposed to do, it kind of trains your mind to do it without thinking. And so over time, it's like we started with a lot of up downs every day, and over the few weeks of spring ball, you just see those numbers be chopped down, to the point where it's like a couple days where we had 0. So it's like, and it's like now whenever we did scrimmages and stuff like that, you force some turnovers and stuff like that, it just comes so natural. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, okay, I see the bigger picture of this. It's not you doing up downs because like you didn't do what I say. It's more so like to teach you like, okay, I gotta put more detail, I gotta put more thought into, forcing turnovers or tackling a certain way and things like that. And also flying to the ball, because we get hit for lows too. So it just brings in a different type of intensity to practice.
I think Ronan was saying the most you guys ever had to do was like 60. I mean, what's it like to do 60 up downs?
Yeah, I was not there for that day. I think I was, where was we? I think it was at the Combine, maybe, the first 2 days or something like that. They had to do up downs. And I heard about it. I was like, ooh. It's definitely been up there. It's been high. I think the most I've done was like 37 at one time. And it hurt for sure, but I mean, it made great sense, and we capitalized off that.
How much is there accountability with the players then too? Because you don't want any of your teammates loafing, so that you don't have to do the up downs. I mean, how much does it generate that as a team?
Oh, for sure, because it's like you don't want to be the only guy with a loaf. Because every day we'll meet as a defensive unit, we'll go down how many loaves, and on each position meeting room, you got how many loaves and stuff like that, and it tells you who had it. So it's like you don't want to look at it and your name be on there for a loaf, and after practice it's a long day, people mad. You know what I'm saying? The last thing they want to do is get called out for having to make the team do up down and stuff like that. So it's just like, you got that self-awareness, like, I don't want to be the guy to make us do up downs. So it's just like a constant battle of pushing each other to run to the ball and things like that, and they kind of work out.
TJ, Dabo was saying in the other room that you guys probably have the best retention rate in the country, or one or certainly up there. What do you attribute that to, and how big of an advantage is that retention and continuity?
It's great. We know the guys in the locker room. We trust each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's great morality. We all understand the goal we're trying to reach, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get there. So we hold each other to immense accountability. That kind of helps us out throughout the summer, not having to learn too many new faces. Obviously, with the new mid-years, and we got a couple transfers in that we had to understand, but those guys fit right in, and they was on the same plan we was on. So it was really exciting.
What is it about Clemson that makes it a place that people, when they're there, they don't leave?
People ask me that all the time, and it's hard to really explain because it's like you got to be there to experience it. Like, I'm from Phoenix City, Alabama. Justin Ross, E.J. Williams, Ray Thorne, they all went to the Clemson. And I grew up in Auburn territory, so it's like, why are y'all choosing to go to Clemson rather than, Auburn or Alabama? And the first time I stepped foot on campus, June 2021, I understood from then. It was like, I knew exactly what I came. It's like a feeling you get, like Peter said earlier, it's like overwhelming feeling that you get when you step on campus that you don't feel nowhere else. And it's like throughout your whole recruitment process, you're trying to chase that. And you just realize, you come to realization that you can't chase that anywhere else.
TJ, with Coach Houston joining the defensive staff under Coach Allen, just how much interaction have you had with Coach Houston? What's it been like just having him on staff?
Man, I love him, man. I remember when I first met him for spring ball, really a little bit before spring ball, man, he was just excited to coach. And, we got to talk a little bit about ball and his experiences and how he can help us and help me as well. And it's just been super great.
Tom Allen, when he came in, he mentioned simplifying the defense. I guess, what does that look like for him just coming in, I guess, simplifying? What does that mean?
Man, basically just letting us go play free. You know what I'm saying? Let us go use our ability that God gave us, man, and just be able to play free and confident, man, and just make it easier for us to get the play, spot the ball. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And it's just man.
Is it like lesser play call, or lesser number of plays? I guess, what does that look like?
I'm not gonna get into too much details about that, but just know that once we got a new playbook, everybody a lot of confidence in the defense side of the ball.
How does that opener against LSU ratchet up fall camp, do you think? I mean, just knowing the urgency that you're playing another top 10 caliber SEC opponent.
Well, that's not our whole season. Our whole season is not based on week one. It don't matter who we play. We're excited to play football. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing about our team. It don't matter who we play, when we play, where we play, what time we play. We just want to play football. All of fall camp is for us to train and to prepare for our season to play each week for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So we could have played Charleston Southern game 1, or we could have played LSU. It don't matter who it is. We still gonna prepare the same way, treat everybody the same, because at the end of the day, if you treat anybody less, depending on who you play, it can come back to bite you.
When you go back and look at those, say last 3 kind of games with South Carolina, SMU, 3 levels of failure against South Carolina, SMU second half, Texas, the zone runs, outside runs. What do you see on tape? What is it, one thing, or is it just a whole lot?
It's not a whole lot. It's a few things, but we have that handled. With quality control, did a great job of putting everything together that we did bad and wrong, and we addressed it in the spring. I can tell you that we're going to have a big jump this year. Everything has kind of been seen, and us as players, we've kind of reviewed the tape ourselves. There's kind of a couple moments like, we could have done a lot better here and there, but at least we have that self-awareness to know that there's always going to be better.
And how much of it is just the fundamental, hey, if I've got to set the edge, I've got to stay right here and not chase? How much is it stuff like that?
There's a few moments where, guys just try to go make every play. I can attest that myself sometimes. I find myself doing that, but not all the time. That comes with playing the game, but it's all about staying disciplined and doing your job and, handling the business.
Now when you look down the defensive line, when you line up in fall camp the first time, you see Will Help, Peter Woods, TJ Parker, all the young heads, Devontae Capehart. What do you think? What's the word for this defensive line?
Oh man, relentless. We already know coming in. We got a veteran group on the D-line. Adding Will brought immense competition into the room, man. I love it, man. It's just great all in all. We all bouncing ideas off each other, teaching each other. It's always something that I may do differently than Will, or Will may do differently than Jaheim Lawson or Cade, or Peter does different than Cuddy. That's Devontae Capehart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about teaching. And that's one thing. We're all willing to learn. We all want to learn. We all want to be coached. And that just, that excites me, because at the end of the day, we always try to get it.
How far back do you and Peter Woods go? Did you know him in high school?
Yeah, so we met our sophomore year in high school. We went to the Rivals camp, and we was killing them. You know what I'm saying? We was just there having fun, and kind of like a little competition. I'm gonna see you in state, and obviously we did. They won, but at the end of the day, it's always been that level of respect. I respected his craft in high school. He respected mine, and it was just like we've always talked about teaming up. We never knew where, and it just so happened to be Clemson, man. And from there, it took off.
Were you friends from the get-go?
Yeah, for sure.
How did you escape Auburn and Alabama, being from that state?
Well, my dad was in the military, so I bounced around a lot. So I'm not used to staying in one place for a long time. You know what I'm saying? After a couple years, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But I swear, I stepped from Clemson campus, and from there it's like away from me.
TJ, I'm sorry, did I interrupt?
Yeah, and for me, it's like Clemson. It was so overwhelming. I didn't even have put in the thought about staying home or anything like that. Right down the street, it was a no-brainer.
Let me start again. 10 years ago, Coach Sweeney took his first Clemson team to the national championship. They lost. In those 10 years since, obviously, won 2 national titles, always in the running. When did you first become aware of Clemson and him? And, what was your thinking about that, back then when you were, like 10 years old, 11 years old?
I knew about Clemson way before that. My dad grew up a Clemson fan.
Oh, okay.
So my dad's from Lexington, North Carolina, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not too far. So the whole household was Clemson. And for me, it was like I always watched them. And I got former high school teammates that went to Clemson and excelled at a high level here. And just being around it a lot. And finally getting to see it for yourself is just like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Did those trips to the national championship, and again, when you were, I'm sure in grade school, were you following that? You were aware of that?
I was probably 5th grade, 6th grade, man. It was lovely. Growing up, my best friend named Lance, he's the biggest Alabama fan in the world. And then me having my dad as the biggest Clemson fan in the world, going to the bus stop the next day after, obviously we were 15 and lost, but 16-1, going to the bus stop the next day, man, it was crazy just having that experience, man. I've been following Clemson a long time. I remember when I first stepped foot on campus, I seen Taj Boyd for the first time. I fanned out. I didn't care. Everybody looked at me crazy. To them, Taj is just, Taj. But for me, it's like I grew up watching Taj and those glory days of Clemson back in the day. And it was amazing.
That's great. Thank you.
Did they call you guys the Bama Boys or anything?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Talking about me and Peter? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Me, Peter, CV, a couple other guys from Bama. I'm trying to think off the tip of my tongue. For sure.
And also, Justin Ross.
Yeah.
High school, right?
EJ Williams.
Yeah. I mean, so did that help you raise their consciousness in your mind? Like,
It made me want to dive more into why they chose Clemson. Obviously, those are the top guys in the state and the country. And why choose Clemson over Alabama, who's right down the road, or Auburn, who's 30 minutes away? You know what I'm saying? And for me to just experience it myself, I understand why they chose it.
it's going to come down to who for you? Clemson or who?
So I committed to Penn State at first, then I decommitted, and then from there it was between Tennessee and Clemson. Tennessee, that's where my mom's from, Knoxville, so it's like they try to sell the home, and then Clemson is like one of my favorite schools. And then I had to make a decision like what was best for me outside of football. That really what it came down to. And Clemson always showed me they had proof of like they're gonna care about you long when your football days are over, and that's really what it was.
What did you see from Kevin Jennings in that championship game last year? Because you guys got off to the hot start, you guys were able to get pressure, and then the second half it was a dogfight. Just what did you see from him, the quarterback at SMU?
Man, he has a lot of heart. He plays well. He keeps his composure. I know there was a lot of adversity for them that first half. And for him to stay calm and continue playing his game, I have much respect for it. And I told him that after the game as well. Like I have a lot of respect for you because he's one hell of a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I know we play him this year. I'm excited to chat it up with him and things like that. So.
I was going to say, how much does the experience playing against him, help you guys as far as not looking ahead, but planning that week when that game comes up on the schedule? What makes them difficult to defend?
It's a new year, so I don't know what they have planned. I'll address that once we get to the week of playing SMU, so I can't really give you too much information on that.
TJ, first of all, congrats on the engagement.
Thank you.
Oh, congrats.
Just wanted to say, obviously, you came here to win more than an ACC, so what do you think this year, what do you guys have that makes this team different and get to that next level?
Man, like we said, we returned 80-90% of our guys, and we're a veteran team now, and our confidence in understanding what we got to do to go do it is through the roof. Our senior group, man, we understand what we got to do, what work we got to put in, and we've done that this offseason to have the season we want to have. So all now we just got to do is execute it and be about it.
You've made your commitment to Clemson pretty clear, like you're a Clemson guy, but this is college football nowadays. To have a mention that guys can leave whenever, like after the Texas game, or even people like you getting like back channel, hey, do you want to come here? Or, how do you guys deal with that type of stuff?
After the game, I talked to my parents. I never had a doubt I would leave. I had no doubt I would never leave. It was what it was. That's home base. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, school are going to try to reach out for millions and millions of dollars out there. It is what it is. But my mom told me one thing, and it resonated with me. My NIL agent, you know what I'm saying? They told me one thing. You can go leave and go get all the money in the world you want to. But why leave when you got the coaches with you? You got friends you built there outside of football. You met my fiance there. Why give up all that to go chase a dollar sign when you got the best coaches that you can get in the whole country right there, you know what I'm saying, that's helping you develop, and to go relearn the culture, go relearn the people, go relearn, having to reintroduce myself into a new environment. I don't, you know what I'm saying, there's no purpose in me doing that. Clemson has blessed me with an opportunity that I'm forever grateful for, and there's no point of me leaving if I have everything I need.
It seems like a lot of the top guys share the same idea. A lot of other guys are
TJ, what kind of work do you look back on it, point to in the last couple of years, to explain how you become one of the better defensive ends in the conference?
I think for me, it's just my hunger to get better. I see all the time where, a lot of guys, they have a great season, they start smelling themselves. I care less about that. Because at the end of the day, I know what it means. Like, you put in all this work, and why stop it now? You know what I'm saying? My goal was always to make it to the league and to dominate. My goal was to never be just a good college player. And I know once I get every year I get better, I have, I got to continue to get better, continue this game plan and do all this. It's like people get better around it. I want to make sure that I got that extra edge or whoever it is, whatever it is.
What's an aspect of your game that you worked on this year?
I'm sorry, what's that?
What's an aspect of your game that you worked on in the offseason to make this year your best year?
For me, I really toned up my body. I lost, so I fluctuate between 260 and 270. I was playing around, see what I like. But, now I'm 260. I'm down 10 pounds of fat. I'm cleaning up my body. I'm fast as ever. I've been working on my flexibility. I've just been really trying to build my body up to have a great year.
You guys have had a ton of big names on defense that help bring that Clemson tradition back. What lessons did you learn from them, and what are you telling these younger guys now that you're the leaders?
Man, just enjoy the work. Like we said earlier, we only play max if you get to national championships, 15, 16 games. The other 350, 349, you working. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn to love that, because if not, then it's going to be a long year for you and dread it. You got to enjoy those 5 a.m. lifts. Those long nights where you at the facility getting treatment, you know what I'm saying, to get ready for practice the next day. Like, you got to enjoy that, because that's where you spend most of the time at anyway. You only spend 10% of the season playing the actual game, whereas another 90% you're training, practicing, rehabbing, learning, and things like that. So you're just enjoying the grind and being in the moment instead of looking forward too far ahead, because that's when you get blind and what's in front of you.
Who's that guy on offense you love going up against in practice?
I love them all. I love going against Blake. I love going against Tristan. I love going against anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because they get me better, I get them better. So.
Appreciate it.
The Week 6 matchup against North Carolina is kind of being talked about a lot. What was your reaction to the Belichick signing, and what are you excited about for that game?
Oh man, I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm always excited about competition, especially for this year. I got to talk to Bill Belichick earlier, shake hands with him, just because he's such a legend in the game in general. Having that run with the Patriots, man, just kind of pick his brain, understand what it means, what's the difference between college and the league for him, and things like that. Just having a mutual understanding, respect thing, that goes both ways. I'm super excited.
Have you seen
the difference coordinator Tom Allen? How's it been going?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
New defensive coordinator Tom Allen, how's that been going?
It's been going really good. I'm super excited, man. He's brought a lot of passion, a different mindset, mentality to our defense, man. I'm just super excited for the season. And we're gonna play fast, free, and physical.
TJ, have you seen enough to know whether that defense will be better than it was last year?
You'll see a lot of improvements. For sure.
In what way?
I'm not gonna get into too many details, but just know we'll have a lot more fun.
How can you tell already? What have you seen to kind of make you think, oh, this is looking, I can see a difference already?
Just the confidence and the way people, carry themselves. We have a lot of confidence throughout the room, from everybody. It just, we feed off of that. We feed off each other. We feed off the coach's energy. That's what allows us to play.
What do you think that competitiveness will look like going into fall camp?
Man, we compete all the time. I feel like for us, as a defense, we're always trying to, game plan get better and help the offense get better. It goes back and forth. It'd be some days when offense is rolling and we salty about it, and then the next day we may be rolling and the offense, they a little salty about it. But at the end of the day, like, we all one team, and we all happy that we working and getting better, making each other better. At the end of the day, we work, we grind, and make the season a lot easier.
How well does someone like TJ compliment you?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
How well does someone like TJ, I know you guys are close, how well do you guys compliment each other on and off the field?
TJ Moore? You said TJ.
You mean Peter?
Oh, man, Peter. I'm sorry, Peter.
No, you're good. No, that's my best friend, man. That's my dog. Like, we push each other in life in general to be the best that we can, whether it's on the field, off the field, in the classroom. Like, we always want the best for each other. And like, I know he gonna hold me accountable just like him. You know what I'm saying? And no matter if he tells me straightforward, he pulls me to the side. Like, I know it's always out of love, and I know he has the best interest for me, and it's both ways.
TJ, Peter's over there talking about your 7A battles, and